Yeah, what up, everybody? It's NY Emperor X, aka X, so you can just call me X, but it's your boy. Yeah, your boy. Ooh. And this dusty motherfucker right here is
a simple man of tumble pleasures, otherwise known as the Moose King, but that's just me, and we are the Dust Budnies.
Huh?
My brother. Right? Seriously, right? Bro, it has been for fucking ever since we played this fucking game, man.
Yeah, about this time, it's been about almost 3 months.
Yeah, man. It's fucking A, man. I'm trying to figure out where we left off, but,
well, it was a long time ago, so, I mean, I don't blame you.
Oh, wow. You remember, this is going back. You remember back in the first episode when I made that pig into a tiny little piggy?
Mm-hmm.
By the way, have you ever seen a little baby Goma pig? They're called baby pigs, and I can't seem to find any. If you find one, will you let me have it? I would have to bring it all the way the fuck over here.
Well, what the fuck are you waiting for? Hurry up.
I know, right? I don't know what the fuck else to do to find the evil pig bag from here, so I might as well, right?
Yeah.
Fuck it.
I just want to deal with the long shit now.
I know, right? These are all side quests, man. All side quests. Easiest way to do it would be to go... Well, let's actually sort these. I'm gonna use the bell. Go back to the old man. If I go back to the old man, I can go back, get a pig, and then basically fly my ass all the way the fuck back to here. Which shouldn't be too hard.
Are you wasting it right now, though?
No. That bell is a constant, like, free action, essentially. Eventually, eventually I get a dog that'll fly me wherever the fuck I want to go.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good puppo. Hiyo!
So, what's been going on these last few months?
Oy! Seriously, well, we've already had the end of Game of Thrones, as you guys recall.
We saw Endgame.
We saw Endgame, man.
We saw, wow, so much shit.
No, you know what we should talk about?
What's that?
We saw Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark.
Yep, actually, yeah, you're right, we did. So, by this time, if you were coming straight from the last time we played through till now,
right?
It's been, again, about 2-3 months.
Right.
And if you've been with us this whole time and are watching now,
right, then
you already know we've kind of seen a lot of shit, we've watched a lot of shit. But at this point, yeah, we haven't spoken about it this week.
We've not.
So, yeah, we saw Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark.
So, my brother, go ahead and go first, man, by all means.
You sure? Because I mean, I'm not as opinionated as you on this one. This one,
really? This one was a lot easier for you?
I went in this expecting nothing. I expected this to bomb.
Really? So you had not only no hopes, but, like, nothing to go on.
Well, I had everything to go on. I've read all 3 books multiple times.
Right.
I just gave 0 fucks.
Right. No shit, man.
Because
no shit.
I genuinely felt like, you know, this movie, even though it's Guillermo del Toro,
yeah,
I thought to myself, it's gonna be a Guillermo del Toro movie.
Right.
It's gonna do okay in the box office.
Right.
And nobody's gonna really hear from this again.
Damn.
Look, I'm not trying to be a dick.
No, but that's
his last great movie was like Pan's Labyrinth. And the last time we saw Pan's Labyrinth, guess what? They're just not coming out with a book version for it.
Right.
So it's like I'm not blaming him.
Right.
I'm blaming, you know, the types of strips and shit he gets. Like, right. Guillermo del Toro is good for his aesthetic look.
Absolutely.
And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying his stories aren't good, because his stories are fantastic.
Oh yeah, of course.
But you expect to see some numbers, but you don't expect to see some Avengers.
Like, yeah, like he's more of a production guy than he is like a script writer.
Personally,
you know what I mean?
I could be wrong. You guys are probably crucifying me down in the comments. And I'm not trying to sound like an ass, but I mean, look at Hellboy and then Hellboy 2.
Yeah.
Pan's Labyrinth, fantastic movie.
I still have yet to see it.
You haven't seen Pan's Labyrinth?
No,
man. It's a good movie. It's a really good movie. Really good movie.
I need to get
further back.
Oh, I know. I need to get him in the fart.
Yeah, I know. I get you. Just right there.
But the problem is he's
Yes, I know. I know what his problem is.
Stupid piggy.
Now, my thing is, I've seen a lot of his movies, but let me ask you something. Besides, like, Hideo Kojima's new things, and besides the Scary Stories,
yeah.
What have you heard recently that you were really excited for?
Just in general?
From him?
God, no, not much of nothing, man.
You have any?
No, of course, I completely get you, man.
So unfortunately, I'm not trying to sit here and be a dick, but when was the last? That's like asking right now. When was the last Zack Snyder thing you're like?
No, of course.
Genuinely excited for?
Yeah, no, I get you. I totally get you. Also, look what's in my inventory already.
Dumbass.
I'm gonna go back to the old man. Wait.
No wonder why it wouldn't turn into a fucking baby pig.
That's exactly why it wouldn't turn into a... I am a very smart man of very smart proportions, otherwise known as the... Who the fuck am I?
Queef King.
Ah, perfect. Yes, the Queefkin. I am the Queefkin.
Not the Queefkin.
The Queefkin.
Queef King.
Queefkin.
Queef King.
It sounds more official when I say Queefkin.
No, it doesn't.
Queefkin.
The Queef King.
Behold the Queefkin.
No, behold the Queef King.
The dreaded Queefkin.
No, you sound like a creature rather than a title.
Exactly.
No.
I'm the dreaded Queefkin.
No, you're the dreaded Queef King. That's a title.
Queef King.
No.
I am the Queef King.
No.
Now it sounds French.
No, you're the Queef King.
The Queef King.
Pussyfuck.
The Queef King.
You are a pussyfuck.
No, I am the Queef King.
Yeah, it's a pussyfuck.
The Queef King.
It doesn't matter what accent you say, if it's Queef or Queef. It's
Queef.
still Queef King.
Queef.
Ah, he's the Queef King.
The Queef.
That's the name of the episode. Birth of the Queef King.
Birth of the Queef King. Right. Right.
But, all jokes aside,
Yes.
that's how I felt. But
Yeah.
now, as far as going to the movie, because again, to me, Guillermo del Toro is all about looks and his creepiness and all that, and it's like it's fantastic to see
Totally.
his visuals.
Totally.
And his storytelling isn't bad when he writes it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? His storytelling has a lot of ways to visually get rich.
Right.
Because the way he writes it, he already sees it in his head, so he knows how he wants it to
Right,
look.
he knows exactly how
Yeah.
he wants to look. And a lot of times he does fantastic.
No,
with that
he
shit,
does.
man.
Again, he's a fantastic director, producer, writer,
Right.
all that.
But he's not a script head, man.
No. Now, as far as the Scary Stories movie, it was an okay movie.
Yes.
It wasn't by any means great.
No.
It wasn't by any means bad.
No.
It was something, okay, I could watch this.
You know what I mean?
It was one of those. It's like, hey, if I have nothing else to watch and I'm genuinely bored, and oh shit, Scary Stories is on.
Yeah, fuck
Let me
it.
watch that.
Right?
You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like a movie you watch before you go to watch a movie.
Yeah, right. Right. Or it's like it's Saturday and nothing's on. Bob Barker's already done doing the prices right, and you're like, oh fuck it, let's do it.
Whoa! I wouldn't go Bob Barker route. That's just a
No,
slap.
I'm saying Bob is done. I'm saying he's done for the day. Like,
yeah, exactly.
He's already switched to like Maury and Jerry Springer and all that
That's
shit.
disrespectful.
You know what I mean?
No. That's fucked up. I
What?
wouldn't go that far. I wouldn't go that far.
No, I'm saying it's Saturday and there's nothing else on.
Wow. Yeah. Think about what you're saying.
To watch Scary Stories.
Yeah, no.
You wouldn't go that far?
Nah, I wouldn't go that far.
Oh, okay.
I wouldn't go that far.
Right.
I'd say, like, for example, you saw Endgame for the 17th time. You know,
Right.
it's on HBO, and then
Right.
you know they're like giving a bunch of shit you don't want to see. You're waiting for something else to watch, and it's like, oh shit, Scary Stories is on. I'll watch that.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, I can see that. That's like a couple notches above what I was thinking. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You were saying, holy shit, the price is right and all that's over.
That's what I'm saying.
It's
It's
like,
a
wow.
typical Saturday. Like nothing else is on, and it's like fuck it. I might
What
as well
a
watch
dick.
this.
Who the fuck watches Bob Barker on a Saturday?
I mean, I would watch him every day if I could, but he ain't on all day because fucking Drew Carey.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the true whiteness of America these days.
Right? Hating Drew Carey because he's not Bob Barker. It's all right. One day he'll be old enough to be the new Bob Barker. Oh fuck.
Again, accepting applications.
Yeah, right. Right. The Moyaness. It worked for a while, but then Moose came back. The bastard. He didn't get the hint the first time.
Moya didn't want the full job.
Right? He just wanted to work part time.
He's like, you know, it was fun doing the collab, but I kind of have other things to move on.
Right. He's like, you know, he got done with me like before even you were done. You're like, no, wait, don't leave me with him.
You know, I was kind of like the one, like, yo, don't worry, if you come in, he's gone.
Right.
And he left me anyways.
He left me.
He said it doesn't pay enough.
$5 a month, man. It's a budget to live on. I'll tell you what.
Oh yeah, let me tell you, just split between two people.
I'm telling you. Oh, fuck the pig.
You could get a whole 2 beers.
Right. Oh, fucking A, man.
No, but all jokes aside, that's what I felt. I felt like it was good. Now, if you wanted me to go into the depth, I was glad to see Harold. I
Yes.
was angry at the execution because everything was great up until the actual kill.
Yeah.
Now this is where we're gonna hit spoiler territory. So
Spoiler alert!
if you want, skip on ahead.
Yep. I'll put in some time frames so they know when to come back.
Okay. As far as the Harold murder, I was like, because I really that one had to be my most favorite out of all of them.
It's iconic. I can give it that.
Like,
Oh yeah.
if you guys don't know the story, long story short is
No, they do. You've told it actually on Tomba
it
specifically.
doesn't
like,
matter.
Twice.
It doesn't matter if they
Well,
haven't
if
seen
they're
the
here,
video.
if they're here, they know what they're getting into.
That's not true.
They should.
We have new viewers all the time.
What the fuck's wrong with you guys? Hi, welcome.
So if you guys don't know the story, for those of you who don't or do, then you know what I'm about to say. I'm gonna give them the long short story.
The long short. You're gonna give them the long and short.
Yeah, because
The long John and the short sword.
That's right.
Nice.
Alright, so anyways, what it is that Scarecrow, blah blah blah, he gets beat up by his creators, all this shit. And after them beating him up, after some time, they hear a grunt. After they hear the grunt, they start getting a little worried. They stop fucking with him for a little bit. Then they go back to doing it because they haven't heard nothing in a while. Then they hear more shit. Then they see him move, or they don't see him move, but they know he moved because he was one spot 1 minute, the next spot the other.
Yep.
End of the story is it's their time to leave the farm. They forget something over there. They rock paper scissors, some type of shit to get back. They do something to go back.
Yeah, something along those lines.
And then one of them goes back, and after waiting like an hour, he's like, "What the hell? My brother should have been back by now."
Yep.
Looks and he sees the Scarecrow on top of the roof, like kind of woo bullshit,
Right.
with the skin of the man he just flayed, which was the
Yep.
brother. And
Yep.
that's how the story ends. Now, that's a fantastic story. That's short. This one, they added an element to it because I did agree with the aesthetics that Guillermo put. The part I didn't agree with was instead of this bully who was an asshole throughout the movie, and the type of shit he would do, and the shit he would say, so he's like your regular Stephen King bully.
Yeah, good old. He's a
I'll
very
cut
classic
you, I'll
villain
beat
guy.
you with a bat, I'll say some racist shit,
Yeah.
and I'll fucking kill you if I have the chance.
Basically.
Or if not, I'll just watch you be tortured.
One
You
of
know,
those kind of assholes.
your classic bully from like a
Like the
Stephen King
80s
thing,
kind of
even though it's
thing, yeah.
not Stephen King, it's like a Stephen King thing.
Yeah.
And if you watch that, he ended up like he got stabbed in the chest with a pitchfork,
Yeah.
and after he got stabbed in the chest with a pitchfork, he's like bleeding straw,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not even blood bleeding; it's like just
It's
coming
literal
at
straw.
him.
Literal straw.
So that kind of disappointed me. All right, Mario. So it kind of disappointed me because I expected a lot more from him. Oh, he's Super Saiyan.
I can turn myself on fire,
Cool.
and it makes me invincible for a little bit.
Cool.
Yeah.
So it's like it's just weird to see that they chose that aspect
Mm-hmm.
because they could have went full on.
Yeah. Oh God, yeah. I'm surprised they didn't, to be honest with you.
Like they could have went full on this, and the only reason why I say that, I mean, even though the stories were generally based for like teenagers and young preteens, the imagery in the books was definitely adult.
Always.
You know,
Always.
the blood and everything.
There's people who are inspired by that art to this day. I follow one guy in particular who is absolutely inspired by the style, and he matches it almost perfectly.
So this is what I'm saying. I don't want to give you guys a whole spoiler alert for the whole damn movie because I don't want to go through the whole movie. But let's just say that's just an example of where I was like, you could have done better.
No, totally.
You could have done better.
Totally.
And the last thing I said, I thought you guys were gonna put the dog in this, and you didn't.
Yeah. No, it's not a super spoiler, but yeah, I thought you guys were gonna do the dog, but you didn't. And that was like, damn, I was kind of hoping for that because you had it.
So that's kind of where I stand with this movie. It was okay. I'd watch it again, but not like, I'd go out of my way. I have to watch this movie again.
Right.
It's like, oh, it's there. Okay, I'll watch
it, right? So if you had to give it a put it on a scale from A to F.
A to F? C minus, D plus.
You know what I mean? So,
It's definitely not a failing movie, but it's not something that you're like, oh my god, I have to see that again.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So Scary Stories for me was kind of one of those, like, I went in knowing, the trailers and whatnot from all the ones that we've watched and all that, hoping that to some degree they would surprise me, right? And I would say in a lot of ways I was surprised. In a lot of ways. But in most of the other ways, I really wasn't.
I guess the real question is, were you surprised in the way you wanted to be surprised?
Yes and no, because I got to see some of my favorite horrific images sort of brought to life in a sense.
Mm-hmm.
But I was, and this is going slightly into spoiler up, but all the monsters you see in the trailers are what you get.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate, because I was thinking maybe we'd get one, maybe just one. You
Yeah.
know?
In other words, they kind of almost blew their load by showing you what they were gonna bring to it.
But it's not even that. You know, the ones that they did choose to pick were okay. You know, they were very safe. Obviously, Harold is a good example of being subtle and being powerful at the same time, which was great. But they could have done more with what they had to work with, which is just, to me, a shame, you know? Now, the actual acting from the kids was fucking great. They did the best that they could with the script. The script is not something you like, oh my god, it's the most well-written, you know, horror movie I've ever seen.
I'd actually concur with that. The characters themselves and the actors and actresses, they did a fantastic job.
Absolutely.
I think they did what the best they could with what they were doing.
Absolutely. And it's a shame because, you know, it's a very typical sort of blockbuster for horror when you think about it. You know, it's a very simple plot, doesn't really do anything, it's just there. It serves no purpose more than to push the fact that these are horrifying images that everybody gets to see. And that's what I found myself doing a lot of the times, was just waiting for that next one to come where it's like, what's the next one gonna look like? You know? And it's unfortunate that that was the only good turning point. There was multiple characters where they could have used that, you know.
Well, actually, you know what? As much as I agree with you on almost everything you said there, I will say this. During the actual scenes when they were happening, I thought they utilized silence perfectly.
Oh, absolutely. The sound design for a lot of them was great. Specifically, the third one. The third one in the hospital.
Oh!
Yes.
Well, that's the fourth one, technically.
Was it the fourth one? I'm
sorry.
sorry.
Because the first one was Harold, the second one was Augie, the third one was the spider, and then we got the hospital.
Yes. But the hospital one specifically.
Okay, so spoiler alert.
Yeah, no,
again, break here. That was actually, if not, that was the best one. That really was the best one. And I'm sad because I wanted it to be Harold. But
I agree.
But it definitely was the Pale Lady. It's how they incorporated it and how they did it. He was literally fucked no matter what he did. He was fucked. Where everything else felt like you have a chance to get away. Why would you do that? Break the fucking glass.
Yeah,
like your classic, why are you doing that, stupid?
Classic.
You know,
Yep.
you get that in this movie from some of these actors.
I agree.
But that one genuinely was like, no, he's fucked. He can't do nothing.
He can't. He was absolutely trapped. Absolutely trapped.
Like you thought it was one Pale Lady? Nah, bruh. She was in every hallway.
But that's the thing. It was fucking with your perception of everything that was going on. You know what I mean? It utilized its space, and like you said, it utilized its sound very well. In contrast, we have let's see. Let me try to re-equip that every time. In contrast, I would say the weakest one. Let's see. I enjoyed Harold because of the diversion of it. I honestly would say the last one was the weakest to me. The dude who looked all creepy and whatnot.
Oh.
Yeah.
It was almost corny funny. I mean, the first parts of it was like, ooh, this is cool.
Yeah.
And then once they extended it, it was just like...
And it kept going and kept going, and it's like it overstayed its welcome very, very... Yes, it got the grapple.
Yes, it definitely did overstay its welcome.
You know?
I completely and genuinely agree with you. This is what I'm saying. There's a lot of points where you're hitting that I'm like, yo, he's definitely right. He's definitely right. But to me, still, it's not one of those, I could do without seeing it again. It's more like, I'll see it again, just if I have nothing else better to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The other half of it is where they are. In any case, I have no use from here. Take these. Yes, Charlie's pants. Yes. There's my evil piggy bag. That's the fire pig bag. Perfect. I need the scary one for later. I also need to go get Charles back his pants because he'll give me the umbrella, which I fucking need in a place like this. Yes. All right. Let me save real quick. The other big thing with Scary Stories is they kind of worked in an almost love plot kind of thing, but then they didn't pay off on it kind of thing. You know, like they started building it up between two of the characters.
They technically did, but you know what I think they did? I think they left it open for the sequel, because I think they assumed that they'd get a sequel given how this movie was genuinely okay.
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
Whereas, let's be honest, lately, this year and last year's, well, I wouldn't say last year so much, but this year's scary movies haven't really been that good.
Yeah, no, and I believe we were actually talking to our friend Vox about that.
Yeah, they really haven't been that good. And,
yeah.
I mean, even she said after the movie, she's like, out of all the scary movies I've seen this year, it was the better.
You know what I mean? Not saying it's an amazing movie by any means,
but it's something I'd watch again compared to the others.
Compared to the others, absolutely.
Which is horrible. Which is horrible because, I mean, if this is the best that has come out so far this year,
you know what I mean?
That's really bad. That's why we're really genuinely looking forward to one of the most anticipated movies. It 2.
It 2 is going to be great, man. And if they do what they did the first time, all they have to do again.
I honestly have no fears with this movie. But I do want to do the same thing I did with this movie. I'm going in with no expectations.
Absolutely. That's the best way to do it. You know what I mean? But I feel like with something like It specifically, well, before I get
real. The hype is real.
Before I get into It, let me finish up Scary Stories.
Mm-hmm.
So, the other big things with Scary Stories is that when they started towards the end, right, where they started to pull that typical, oh, we're going to go to this route and we're going to go focus on this character all of a sudden because it's the background. Cool. I get it. You know, personally, I'm always a big fan of, you know, when you take your characters and you kind of leave them in the darkness, at least for a movie or two, you know, give some air of mystery to it, you know? Mm-hmm. Because it's like by opening up the floodgates early and introducing them and whatnot, you kind of break the mold that you've been setting up. So, for instance, with Sarah specifically, you know, she was now I'm actually, like, physically here kind of thing, you know? And for me, it was just like, you were so much scarier when I had no idea what you looked like.
Oh, of course, that always happens.
You know what I mean? It's alright, I got 10 lives. I ain't worried.
But, no, I agree. But that goes back to the old trope that, like for example, what Steven Spielberg did with his Jaws movie. The reason why it became the sensation it did is because it kind of created that element of it's there but it's not there.
Exactly.
So you leave it up to your imagination.
Absolutely. And nothing is scarier than your imagination.
Now, to be honest, if I had to blame that on anything, I'll blame that on the fact that they amped it up.
Oh yeah.
That's what I'd blame it on, because we're like being amped up for what she looks like. Oh, she's albino and she's this.
Yeah, she's got the white hair and it's man.
But then you see her and she's just a ghost. She's all white, but she's a ghost. I mean, if I would have saw like a little bit more of a human form, you know.
Mm-hmm. And mind you, the closest we got was technically the darkness in the bathroom from the Red Spot one.
Yeah, and even that was just like, what is that? You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
So I completely agree with you on that. But I'd also say, I mean, half of the graphics were like, and then the other half were like, ooh.
Yeah, like, I'm not a big fan of spiders, but the spiders don't bother me all that much, so the Red Spot really didn't get me all that much.
No, of course.
But I could understand why there's people who would genuinely be bothered by that.
We have two friends who are, like, genuinely terrified.
Genuine arachnophobia.
Yeah. So, I mean, I get that, but at the same time, for me, it's just like, it doesn't bother me.
Yeah, exactly. But, you know, for the sake of it, I understand why they did it, you know, for the movie. My only other thing is, you know, when you have as much material to work with as something like Scary Stories, you have 3 books to work with, right? At any point, you could have pulled from any of the other books and really thrown people out the fucking window for it.
Yeah, you know? it genuinely felt like they stuck more towards the first book rather than the whole series.
Which is fine, you know, more power to you, but
if this is your one shot, before you know if this movie's going to be great, then you probably should have did more than just one.
Yeah, oh yeah.
You know, you could have thrown some of 2 or 3 in there, and then go back to, you know, the others and be like, like there's a lot of subtle hints. If you know those stories back and forth and up and down.
Oh yeah, there's references everywhere.
Then you'll catch a lot of stuff. For example, the song or the melody of the song is actually part of a song that was in the book. And it's not just, you know, the words, but it's actually the melody. Because if you read it the way it's supposed to be,
back in the day, you'll hear it. Back in the day, they would give you the actual bars with the actual notes.
What was it? It was
something like that. Yeah, it's a very simple, repetitious melody. Absolutely.
So it was very interesting. But regardless,
But you know, that all being said, I would say if I had to give it a grade, I'd probably put it at about a C minus.
Oh, well, you did better than I did. Shit,
Yeah, right.
I said C minus D plus.
But one thing I will say that we both agreed on was this movie would make an excellent Netflix series.
Oh hell yeah!
Right?
Okay,
Scary Stories as an anthology would be amazing.
If Netflix goes ahead and says we'll buy the rights and we'll take Guillermo del Toro also, then you have yourselves the next Stranger Things, if not better.
Oh, absolutely. You want to talk about scaring the shit out of a new generation of kids? Let Del Toro remake those monsters like he did the way in the movie, and you're set.
Make this an anthology. Make it an anthology, please. Don't do another movie. Just do an anthology.
Absolutely.
If you do that, I promise you, you're gonna have a masterpiece.
A season per book is all you need. That's all you fucking need.
Yep. One episode, one story. One episode, one story.
Make it an anthology. If there's anything that Love, Death, and Robots has proved, it's that
I was just about to
take
say
an anthology.
Even if it's short, like 4 or 5 minutes long.
Yeah, put it out there, man. Recreate the stories, and if you want to add a little flair to it, add some flair. You know what I mean?
People will fucking love it.
Oh god, yeah. Oh god, yeah, man. Oh fuck. But
in the meantime, guys,
brush that dust off your shoulders. Brush that dust off that beautiful ass subscribe button. If you really like what we do here, then comment, ring that bell, and drop us a tip on Patreon. Watch for the dust following these rolling credits, and we will see you guys in the next episode. Peace out. We're getting the piggy next time. I got his bag.